Borderlands, an action role-playing first-person looter-shooter video game franchise set in a space western science fantasy setting, created and produced by Gearbox Software and published by 2K for multiple platforms. The series consists of 7 games, each with multiple downloadable content packs. Borderlands, Borderlands 2, Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and Borderlands 3, by 2K Australia. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a spin-off based on Borderlands 2's Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep DLC. Tales from the Borderlands is a spin-off episodic graphic adventure game by Telltale Games, and is followed up by new Tales from the Borderlands, developed by Gearbox Software. The series has received critical acclaim and commercial success for its loot-driven multiplayer co-op gameplay and its sense of humor. As of November 2022, more than 77 million copies of Borderlands games had been shipped, with 26 million from Borderlands 2. An additional 5 million copies of Borderlands 3 were sold within 5 days of release, bringing the total series net revenues to over $1 billion. This makes it one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time. A film adaptation of the series was released on the 9th of August 2024. Please excuse any mispronunciations by TTS. The English TTS has trouble with non-English words. But, if you watch Cynthia, you should be fine. If you made it this far, comment Dragon. And comment your favorite Borderlands character. Borderlands 2 gameplay. Similar to its predecessor, Borderlands 2 is a first-person shooter with elements drawn from role-playing video games. 4 playable character classes are available in the base game, each with their own unique action skill. Arkston, the Commando, can summon a turret to provide offensive support. Meyer, the Siren, can phase-lock enemies by trapping them in a sphere of energy for a few seconds. Sub-Zero, the Assassin, can temporarily become invisible and spawn a hologram decoy to distract enemies. Salvador, the Gunzerker, can use his titular ability to temporarily dual-wield weapons. Action skills have a cooldown time during which the player must wait before they can use the skill again. Similarly to the original, completing the main story campaign unlocks True Vault Hunter mode, a new game plus which increases the difficulty of the game by making enemies stronger, improves the probability of finding rare and higher quality items, and allows the player's character to reach level 50. Weapons can be bought from vendors, picked up from fallen enemies, and found inside containers. The game features 6 weapon types: pistols, submachine guns, assault rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, and rocket launchers. With a procedurally generated loot system capable of generating numerous variations of these and other gear. The in-game manufacturers of the weapons provide them with distinct characteristics. Each weapon also has different stats and properties, such as producing different damage and having varying accuracy, fire rate, reload speed, and magazine size. A color-coded scale is used to indicate the rarity of the weapon or item. Some weapons are infused with additional elemental effects that deal extra damage to enemies. In addition, players can collect mods which would alter the stats of grenades and action skill, and relics, which are rare items that can change any gameplay aspect. Players need to manage their inventory regularly as they cannot equip all the weapons they have collected. The player is protected by a shield, which can automatically regenerate from damage. If the shield is destroyed, the player's health would start to deplete. Insta-health vials can be picked up to restore health. If they lose all their health, they enter a down state and must either wait to be revived by another player or attempt to kill an enemy to achieve a second wind. Otherwise, they will be regenerated back at the last new station that they passed. As the player completes missions and kills enemies, they gain corresponding rewards such as experience points and new weapons. Once they gain enough XPs, they level up, which unlocks new skill points to upgrade abilities. Each Vault Hunter can progress in 3 different skill trees after unlocking the basic class-specific action skill. In addition, leveling up increases the maximum health capacity and unlocks new weapons, some of which cannot be used until the player reaches a certain level. As the player explores and completes missions, new areas of the game world are unlocked. The game has a semi-open world structure, as the world is divided into several sections which can be freely explored. In each area, different non-playable characters are encountered who provide side missions for the players. Players can spawn vehicles in order to quickly traverse some areas. The in-game currency can be collected from loot drops, loot containers, completing missions, and selling unwanted equipment, and can be used to purchase items from vending machines. Players can also gather Iridium Bass, a new currency for purchasing storage upgrades and other premium items. A major addition to the game is the base rank system, completing various in-game challenges award points, which convert into tokens that can be redeemed to increase the base stats of the player's characters. When exploring the world, players can access certain new U-stations in order to fast travel, and quick change machines allow players to customize their avatar's look, clothing and name. The game supports 4-player cooperative multiplayer, though the PlayStation Vita version only supports 2 players. As more players join a session, the game's difficulty increases along with the loot rewards. Players can trade items and cash, or can duel for the agreed-upon stakes. The game also features split-screen multiplayer. Synopsis. Setting and characters. 5 years have passed since the events of Borderlands, when 4 Vault Hunters, Roland, Mordecai, Lilith, and Brick, were guided by a mysterious entity known as the Guardian Angel to the Vault, an ancient alien structure that was rumored to hold exotic technology and riches. On entering the vault, they were instead confronted by an alien abomination known as the Destroyer. After defeating the Destroyer, a valuable mineral called iridium started flourishing through Pandora's crust. Handsome Jack, voiced by Damon Clark, president of the Hyperion Corporation, secures this new resource and makes use of it to attempt to bring peace to the planet. Now, Handsome Jack rules over the inhabitants of Pandora with an iron fist from his massive space station, Helios. Meanwhile, rumors spread of an even larger vault, drawing a new group of vault hunters who search for it. Like its predecessor, Borderlands 2 features 4 playable characters: Arkston the Commando, Maya the Siren, Salvador the Gunzerker, and Zero the Assassin. 2 additional characters are available as downloadable content: Gage the Macromancer and Kryerg the Psycho. The 4-player characters from the first game, Roland, Lilith, Brick, and Mordecai, return in the form of non-player characters. Other NPCs originating from the first game and its DLCs include the Guardian Angel, Claptrap, Scooter the Mechanic, Dr. Zed, Marcus the Arms Merchant, Mad Moxie, Crazy Earl, and the insane archaeologist Patricia Tanis. New NPCs include the cyborg hunter Sir Hammerlock, Scooter's sister Ellie, and explosives-obsessed girl Tiny Tina. Plot. The game opens with the Vault Hunters aboard a Hyperion train on Pandora. Their employer, Handsome Jack, suddenly sabotages the train and leaves the Vault Hunters for dead in a frozen wasteland. The Vault Hunters are found by the last remaining CL4PTP Claptrap unit. The Guardian Angel contacts the Vault Hunters and instructs them to accompany Claptrap to the city of Sanctuary, and to join the Crimson Raiders, an anti-Hyperion resistance movement, in order to defeat Handsome Jack. Upon arriving at Sanctuary, the Vault Hunters are asked to rescue Roland, leader of the Crimson Raiders, who has been captured by a bounty hunter called the Fire Orc. The Vault Hunters meet the Fire Orc, who turns out to be Lilith, whose siren powers have been enhanced by the new supply of iridium. Lilith informs the Vault Hunters that Roland was actually captured by a group of bandits. After fighting through the bandits' territory, the Vault Hunters rescue Roland and return to Sanctuary. Roland and Lilith learn that the Vault Key stolen from Tanis is being transported aboard a Hyperion train, and ask the Vault Hunters to retrieve it. The Vault Hunters derail the train, but instead of finding the Vault Key they encounter Wilhelm, a Hyperion cyborg and one of Handsome Jack's enforcers. The Vault Hunters kill Wilhelm and recover his power core, which Roland recommends be used as the power source for Sanctuary's shields. The power core turns out to be a trap. It allows the Guardian Angel, who is revealed to be working for Jack, to lower the city's shields, leaving it vulnerable to an orbital bombardment. Lilith saves Sanctuary, which was originally a large spacecraft, by activating its engines and teleporting it away. Handsome Jack's plan is to open Pandora's second vault and unleash the Warrior, a powerful Iridian monster controlled by whoever releases it. As the Vault Key only charges itself every 200 years, he is using Iridium to forcefully charge it. Angel communicates with the group in Sanctuary, and divulges that the Vault Key is kept with her in a heavily guarded Hyperion facility. The Vault Hunters prepare an attack on the facility, enlisting former Vault Hunters Brick and Mordecai. Roland and the Vault Hunters assault the Hyperion compound and meet Angel, who is a siren and Jack's daughter. She reveals Jack is using her to charge the Vault Key, and requests to be killed in order to stop her father. Against Jack's efforts to defend her, Roland, Lilith, and the Vault Hunters destroy Angel's life support, killing her. An enraged Jack kills Roland and captures Lilith, forcing her to obey him, as he had done to Angel. Before Jack can make Lilith kill the Vault Hunters, she teleports them back to Sanctuary. Jack then uses her to continue charging the Vault Key in Angel's place. While Mordecai and Brick prepare an attack on the Vault Hunters travel to the Hyperion Information Annex and obtain the Vault's location. After mounting an attack, the Vault Hunters find and defeat Jack, but fail to prevent him from opening the vault and unleashing the Warrior. The Vault Hunters manage to kill it, and, depending on player choice, either execute Jack or let Lilith do it. As Lilith then attempts to destroy the Vault Key, she accidentally activates an information bank which contains a map of the galaxy, indicating the locations of several vaults. Lilith remarks that there ain't no rest for the wicked before the screen cuts to black. During the credits, various scenes are shown of the Padorans celebrating Handsome Jack's defeat and taking back their planet from the remaining Hyperion forces. Downloadable content. Gearbox supported the game with downloadable content. The fifth character, Gage the Macromancer, was available for purchase on the 16th of October 2012. The character was designed for people who are unfamiliar with the shooter genre. On the 23rd of March 2013, Gearbox announced 2 new downloadable content packs. The first pack, Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack, raised the level cap from 50 to 61 and added new playthrough called the Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. The second pack, the Psycho Pack, contains a 6th playable character, a psycho named Kryeg. Psychos are psychotic bandit enemies fought during the main campaign. He is a primarily melee-focused character with an action skill called Buzz Axe Rampage, which boosts his melee damage and causes him to regain health whenever he kills an enemy. It was released on the 14th of May 2013, and is not included in the Season Pass. Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack 2, Digistruct Peak Challenge was released on the 3rd of September 2013. The DLC increases the level cap from 61 to 72 and introduces the Digistruct Peak Challenge, a new map where Patricia Tanis will let players fight high-level enemies to earn new loot. The game's Game of the Year edition and the Season Pass also bundle the base game with 4 add-on campaigns, which include the following. Add-on campaigns: Captain Scarlet and her Pirate's Booty. The 16th of October 2012. The story focuses on Captain Scarlet, a sand pirate captain, who works with the Vault Hunters to search for Captain Blade's lost treasure of the sands, whilst repeatedly informing them that she will eventually betray them. It also introduces new raid bosses and a new hovering vehicle, the Sandskiff. It received generally positive reviews upon release. Mr. Toad's Campaign of Carnage. The 20th of November 2012. The campaign is centered around a new vault discovered buried in the center of the Batis crater of Batisitude that will only open once the champion of Pandora feeds it the blood of the ultimate card. To find this champion, Mr. Toad, CEO of the Torg weapons manufacturer, sets up a tournament in which the Vault Hunters compete. The DLC also features vending machines which exclusively sell high-end Torg weapons, and use a new currency called Torg tokens. It received generally positive reviews upon release. Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt. The 15th of January 2013. The campaign chronicles Sir Hammerlock and the Vault Hunters undertaking a quest to find rare animals of Pandora and to battle with former Hyperion scientist Professor Nakayama, who is trying to create a clone of Handsome Jack. It was the least well-received DLC among the 4 add-on packs. Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. The 25th of June 2013. The campaign is set within the world of a fantasy-themed tabletop role-playing game known as Bunkers and Badises, with Tiny Tina serving as a game master, sometimes modifying the game world according to her whims. The campaign's frame story surrounds Tiny Tina's struggle to accept the death of Roland. It received the highest ratings among the 4 add-on packs. Assault on Dragon Keep became the basis for the standalone game in the Borderlands series, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, released in March 2022. This content was made into a standalone release, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, a Wonderlands one-shot adventure, and released on the 9th of November 2021, for Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Following the release of the 4 add-on campaigns, Gearbox announced plans to release the Headhunter series of DLCs. These packs generally cost less than the add-on campaigns and feature less content. Gearbox originally intended to make 3 Headhunter packs but ultimately created 5 Headhunter packs. TK Baha's Bloody Harvest. The 22nd of October 2013. The pack brings back the character last seen in Borderlands Zombie Island of Dr. Ned DLC. Zombie TK Bahar sends players to fight Yark's O'Lantern, a giant pumpkin boss who gives new character customizations as a reward for being beaten. The Horrible Hunger of the Ravenous Wattle Gobbler. The 26th of November 2013. The pack is a parody of the Hunger Games and Thanksgiving Day, in which players have to compete in a tournament organized by Mr. Torg and defeat a giant turkey monster. How Markers Saved Mercenary Day. The 17th of December 2013. In this pack, the Vault Hunters need to find Marcus's missing gun shipment train while saving the expanded town of Gingerton from the evil snowman Tinder Snowflake. Mad Moxie and the Wedding Day Massacre. The 11th of February 2014. The story revolves around Mad Moxie's plan to have 2 Goliaths, one from the Zaffords and one from the Hodunks, to marry and end the feud between their families. Sir Hammerlock vs. the Son of Cromararks. The 15th of April 2014. In the DLC, Sir Hammerlock, Brig, Mordecai, and Lilith are on a vacation on Wambam Island when a large monster kidnaps Hammerlock. The DLC culminates in a battle against Cromararks Jr., the son of the Great Crabworm from the original game's The Secret Armory of General Noxx add-on, who is seeking vengeance on Roland, Lilith, Brick and Mordecai. The game's last DLC, Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary, was announced and released on the 9th of June 2019. The DLC was released for PC, and for the Handsome Collection version of the game on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. It was available as a free download for the first month after release. The story of the DLC picks up after the events of Borderlands 2 and acts as a bridge to the story of Borderlands 3, setting up the transition to the new Sanctuary 3 base ship and bringing characters from 2014's Tales from the Borderlands into the bigger story. In the DLC, after Helios station has crashed on the surface of Pandora, Lilith and the other Vault Hunters struggle with what they have learned from the Vault map, of potentially many more vaults on other planets. As they try to figure out some way to make a space-worthy ship, Sanctuary is attacked by Darl's Colonel Hector, who has created a powerful mutant army using a strange floral spore. The group abandons Sanctuary and takes shelter at a former bandit camp, now empty except for its leader, Vaughn, as Hector mutated his followers. The Vault Hunters work with Vaughn and other allies to take back Sanctuary and the Vault map from Hector. VR version. A virtual reality version titled Borderlands 2 VR was released for the PlayStation VR on the 14th of December 2018. This version does not have any multiplayer, but instead features the BAMF Badass Mega Fun system, which allows players to temporarily slow game time in order to plan their attack, and new voice lines from the current voice of Claptrap, Jim Forunder. The Windows version of the VR port was released on the 24th of October 2020. Controversies. Controversy regarding sexism hit a month before the game's scheduled release after Gearbox designer John Hemingway told Eurogamer that the Macromancer mode would feature the girlfriend skill tree for people who suck at first-person shooters. CEO Randy Pitchford later clarified by saying that the name for the skill tree is Best Friends Forever and that Hemingway's description was only a personal anecdote. Upon release, some fans criticized the character of Tiny Tina for conveying racism since she is a white girl who uses African American vernacular English. Birch responded by saying that he may change her character in subsequent DLCs. Gearbox's other project, Aliens, Colonial Marines, developed in partnership with Sega, was in development troubles during the production of Borderlands 2. Insider sources claimed that following the success of the first Borderlands, Gearbox allocated nearly all of its resources and manpower into developing the sequel and Duke Nukem Forever and neglected the development of Colonial Marines, outsourcing its development to external developers. Colonial Marines was released in 2013 and received negative reviews. Wade Collider, who worked at Gearbox as a lawyer from 2010 to 2018, sued Pitchford in January 2019 and alleged that he had taken $12 million royalties from Take-Two, intending to fund the game's development for himself through his personal company, Pitchford Entertainment. The lawsuit was dismissed without prejudice by the court on October 2 of the same year. Prequel and sequel. In April 2014, Gearbox announced that 2K Australia was developing a game set in between the events of the first two Borderlands games, Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Released on the 14th of October 2014, the game focuses on the rise of Handsome Jack, and features four of his henchmen: Athena, Claptrap, Nisha, and Wilhelm, as playable characters. At a panel during PAX South in January 2015, Pitchford announced that the studio was preparing to begin work on a new Borderlands game, which he described as the big one, and began to offer a number of new staff openings related to the game. The game would be developed specifically for the 8th generation consoles Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Borderlands 3 was released on the 13th of September 2019,